Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are, what time it is that you're listening to this. I am Lilac Boots. Thank you for listening to The Scroll. This week, I have two special guests. One you may already be familiar with. Frank, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Frank Grouch, friend of the Scroll,
Mhm.
comedian, writer, streamer.
And also, I have another
Sorry
special
about
guest.
that.
It's okay. Um, Papito, if you want to introduce yourself.
What's going on? This Papito, a little jack of all trades, but master of none to do a little bit of everything: gaming, video editing, audio editing, whatever. I'm here because I'm a big fan of the podcast, big fan of Boots, so I figured why not join and, have some fun.
Thanks so much. I also want to shout out my original co-host, June. I actually just spoke to him yesterday. He is still very swamped with work, and I told him that I would hold this down until, everything got back on track and he can come and join me again. So, uh, without further delay, normally I just start off with the general news. And right now, the head of Gran Turismo 7 is basically telling everyone to F off. Um, People are trying to clamor and ask him for details on the new Gran Turismo, and he's just like, "Listen, we're not gonna make any concessions or anything, so give it a rest." So the actual article is saying that the Gran Turismo boss Kazunori Yamauchi has claimed his team will make no concessions in terms of attention to detail as the developer looks to wrap up Gran Turismo 7 for PS5. Speaking at the FIA Gran Turismo Championships 2020, the Polyphony CEO briefly spoke about the future of the iconic PlayStation racer and emphasized that applying an incredible amount of attention to fine details was Polyphony's production style. Quote, "We always pursue the best at Polyphony Digital," he said. "We don't want to make concessions on anything. We want to deliver the best to everyone, and this is no longer just my thinking, but it's the mindset of all 200 or so staff at our company. They say in Japan that divinity comes to reside in the details, and it's so true. How much attention you pay to the fine details, how to perfect it, hone it to perfection, and applying an incredible amount of attention to this is our production style. Gran Turismo 7 is officially due to arrive on PS5 sometime in 2021. A Sony marketing video briefly mentioned a first half 2021 release date for Gran Turismo 7. However, this was recently changed to simply 2021. Considering Polyphony Digital's reputation for protracted development cycles, it would not be surprising if the PS5 installment required extra development time, especially considering the impact of the coronavirus pandemic and PS5's already packed 2021 release schedule. So yeah.
See, like that to me, like it makes sense only because, like, if you think about it, like Xbox and everything has Forza, right? And
Hmm.
I feel like that when it comes to, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody who played Forza or whatever, but I feel like that they've had like a good starting base as far as like what they wanted to do with the game,
Hmm.
and they kind of just like continue to add on it. Like there's been so many Forza installments. I feel like that they're like, okay, we kind of have like the base, model of what we're doing with these cars and recordings and stuff like that. And I felt like, and I remember seeing videos of behind the scenes stuff for Gran Turismo, and it seems like every single game, it's always like
Hmm.
they're basically doing everything new from scratch. Like, and there have been some details where it's like, oh, well, sometimes the inside of the car is not as detailed. I think that happened with not the most recent Gran Turismo, maybe the one before. But
Uh-huh.
Gran Turismo has always been a staple of what Sony can do with the console. Like, to the point
Hmm.
where it's like we had, what was it, GT Prologue, which is just literally like an enhanced demo on the PS3, and people still played the crap out of it.
Okay.
So it doesn't surprise me that they're kind of taking the time, because they really pride themselves on, like, yeah, this is like the best that this console can do right now. And the
Yeah,
way it
it's
looked in the
kind
trailer, like they had all those little reflections and stuff, and it was like that's a whole lot. So I personally don't feel like it's going to come up in 2021, even though they say so, but we'll see.
well, maybe end of the year 2021.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
they are taking their time.
maybe
Um,
Christmas time to drive some PS5 sales, maybe
yeah.
when they actually have some.
Also, yeah, because it says here that the Simon Rudder, who is the PlayStation's EVP for Europe, he said that the loading times will be next to nothing compared to what they've been in the past. And he also said sitting in the cockpit, the 3D audio allows you to hear the thunderous roar of a Ferrari behind you or in front of you. And you can recognize the difference between that and the engine noise of a Maserati.
That's why.
He said driving the car using the DualSense controller, you'll have a different feeling in your hands from the smooth, undulating tarmac of a racetrack compared to the gritty sensation on a gravel track. He also claimed that pressing a soft accelerator will feel very different than pressing on a stiff brake pedal or gear pedal. So yeah, they're definitely taking their time. And the CEO, the Polyphony CEO, he said that that the next Gran Turismo will incorporate the past, present, and future of the series. So maybe they might add on some stuff from maybe Easter eggs or something like that from the old games.
That sounds interesting.
I just don't understand how people don't know that Sony is going to take their time with something that's going to come out great. Like, I understand getting mad at the development cycle, but if nobody remembers, we had a long delay from Gran Turismo, what was it, 2 or 3 on PS2 into the actual Gran Turismo in 3. And when the Gran Turismo in 3 came out, people were head over heels in love. And every time Gran Turismo comes out, no matter how long it takes, everybody always says the same thing. This is the best real-life racing simulator ever. Every single time.
It's funny you say that because even as a kid, I remember the first Gran Turismo came with like a 50-page instruction manual, and it was all about just explaining every detail. Like, that's honestly how I learned about cars, because my pop's when he talked to me like that about cars. And it's like, oh, if you turn here, if you turn on the inside of the corner, you can get to the outside of the corner at the end. Or if you start on the outside, you get to the inside, and this, that, and the third. And it's like, I didn't even know all that. And this is a PS1 game, so like going over to the PS5, and it's like you said, every single installment is like, oh, this is so real, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, like, because it's, for those who aren't car enthusiasts, it feels bare bones, but those who actually love cars and everything you can do, it's like, I can do anything I want with this car. It's like, so it doesn't surprise me at all, because again, they've gotten to the point where it's like they just released basically an expanded demo and still had like championships and shit with it and all this other stuff for it. And it's like, this is just a demo. I think the PS3 version was like not a complete thing. It was like, yeah, we're just going to expand on this and put it on the 4. And it didn't come out until later in the 4 anyway. So I don't know. I'm all for delays and everything to make sure that the game is better, unlike certain examples. It's like Punk.
Exactly. Okay.
Sounds like you had something in your throat there, Papito. Were you trying to say Cyberpunk 2077?
We'll find out in 2077 when the game actually works.
Okay.
The final product is available.
All right. Next, people are gonna be if you're a fan of the Hitman series, you might get pissed at this next piece of news. So turns out, because Hitman 3 is being released exclusively in the Epic Store, that means that the Hitman 2 levels won't be free after all. So the owners of the first 2 games were supposed to get maps from those games free, but on PC, that'll only work with Hitman 1.
That's a shame.
Yeah, so in August 2020, IO Interactive said ahead of the start of Hitman 3 pre-orders that players will be able to import their progression and unlocks from Hitman 2, as well as locations from the previous 2 games at no extra charge. Quote, we want to make it a seamless process for our PC players to enjoy Hitman 3 on a different PC platform and continue to enjoy the benefits of our world of assassination, end quote, the studio promised. The statement seemed intended as a reassurance that making Hitman 3 exclusive to the Epic Game Store, which does not carry Hitman 2, would not be a problem for players who want to continue their careers as high-flying assassins organically from one game to the next. Today, however, IO changed direction on all that, saying in a pre-launch guide that Hitman 2 locations will only be available to PC players who purchase a separate access pack. Progression will carry over as expected, although it will have to be done through a separate website that will go live sometime before Hitman 3 releases. quote, after completing the carryover process, Hitman 2 players will be able to start Hitman 3 with their existing player profile, experience rank, location mastery levels, location mastery unlocks, challenge progress, challenge unlocks, and elusive target suit / unlocks, end quote, the guy says. All of those things are what we call progression. It's not possible to pick and choose elements to carry over. It's all or nothing. There are some restrictions. You can only import progress from Hitman 2, although progression through the Legacy Pack, which puts Hitman 1 locations in Hitman 2, will also count, and imports will only work within platforms. That is PC to PC, Xbox to Xbox, and PlayStation to PlayStation. The carryover process is a one-shot deal, and if you start a Hitman 3 campaign and then transfer your progress later, any progress earned in that initial campaign will be wiped. All in all, is fairly straightforward. Actual locations for previous games are a different matter, however. Content from the first two games will be released as Access Pass DLC for Hitman 3, available for separate purchase or for free if you have already purchased that content from the same store that you have pre-ordered or purchased Hitman 3. The same store condition is where the problem lies. Anyone who pre-orders Hitman 3 on the Epic Store or purchases it within the first 10 days of release will get the Hitman 1 Game of the Year Access Pass at no extra charge. And if you already own Hitman the complete first season on Epic Game Store, you'll also be able to grab the pass for free regardless of when you buy Hitman 3. Because Hitman 2 isn't offered for sale in the Epic Store, however, and despite IO's previous commitments, the Access Pass will not be free for PC players. They said, "We've done everything possible to make this process smooth and player-friendly," the studio wrote. "However, due to various circumstances out of our control, we want to acknowledge that the process is different to our initial plans for PC players." The difficulty appears to stem from the process Hitman 3 uses to determine who is eligible for free access passes, which involves detecting what Hitman 2 content you have installed and then making the corresponding pass available for free. The absence of the game on the Epic Store means that process is impossible. So Hitman 3 players who want access to Hitman 2 content will have to buy the access pass separately. To compensate, IO Interactive is offering the Hitman 2 Standard and Gold Access Passes. The Gold Access Pass includes the New York and Haven Island location plus bonus sniper assassin maps and special assignments for 80% off for the first 14 days of Hitman 3's release. Prices for the Access Passes have not yet been announced. The reaction to the last-minute change in plan has not gone over well. Threads on Reddit and Reset Terra are filled with unhappy comments, and replies to the launch day countdown on Twitter also about what you expect. I've seen those tweets, so basically everyone was just like, "Yeah, I'm getting my money back."
Yeah, I'm not a part of the PC master race yet, but I understand. But like I'm getting there, but I understand where people are coming from, because I think the same thing happened with Metro Exodus, something where, or one of the most, I think the more recent Metro game, where it's like if you had the first two, you get like the third one at either a discount or you get something. There was something, and people probably could remind us, but it was like the same thing where because it was being released on the Epic Game Store, it was like, oh no, I'm sorry, it's people who were excited to play it, like last minute they put it exclusive on the Epic Game Store instead of Steam, and it's like, bro, why do I have to download a whole different client to get this game that I've been waiting on that's going to eventually release on the platform that I do like to play it in? So it's right. I know that they're looking into it, but I feel like this is a big it's one of those questions that should have been brought up as soon as they said, yeah, we're going to agree to have it on Epic Game Store first. It's like, okay, so what's going to happen with 1 and 2? Because that right. Like PC, PS4, PS5, Microsoft consoles, all 4 of them are not going to have that problem. But just I feel like there's like a little segregation of content with PC where it's just like, bro, like you're forcing me to use a whole different account and client just to download a game that I was going to get anyway, and I don't feel like putting all that information in 2 different places. You know, it's, right? I don't know. It's just stupid. The whole idea of exclusivity, it's dumb because every exclusive Epic game has eventually released on Steam. It's not like, oh, God of War and Halo, where it's like, it's only going to stay on Sony or Microsoft. So it's stupid, the fact that people have to wait like a good year, 2 years for a game to come out on their preferred platform.
Yeah, I guess, but I just feel like in that case it was just only really meant for that one platform then, because there's lots of games that I've played on PC, like a lot of indie games that don't get ported to like the PlayStation or Xbox until like a couple months
Right.
later. Even with patches and upgrades too, even with that, those don't get released until a little bit later too. So, but yeah, this is frustrating because I mean, it's like if I see that and then, well, here's the thing though, was Hitman always on the Epic Game Store? Because if that's the case, I don't understand why they just didn't put the first two games on there as well.
I don't think it was. I know the first one, but I don't think the second one was really there. So, and it's like it's I don't know. It's like a weird thing where it's like some of the games are there, some of the games are not. So it's like it's just I think it's really more of like you can't, because their save progress in Steam isn't compatible with the same progress you have with Epic. If you get it from Epic Game Store, it's like it's kind of like how people who bought but it's like the Control situation. I don't know if you bought the Control, where it's like the game where it's like if you bought the base game and bought all the DLC separately, you don't get the upgrade for the PS5 or the Xbox Series X version unless you get the Game of the Year version, which literally has all of the same content. So it's like you own the same thing, but you don't get access to the perks. It's kind of the same thing here, where it's like you own the games that can give you the perks, but because it's on Epic Game Store, you can't take advantage of it. So it's like I feel like it's a hurt to the loyal fan base, where it's like, yo, we've been supporting you this whole time, and we know the series was about to go down, and y'all literally refreshed it when y'all are finally owners of it, and then now they're getting screwed in the end because it's like it's on a different platform. It's like, bro, what's the deal? This is not the point of me supporting you. I mean, you know. And yeah, yes, there's an argument was like, oh, you could just buy it and you still get the same experience eventually. It's like, well, that's not the point. I should have the same experience now. You know, it's like it's like if I played on PC and also have a PS4 and I prefer to play on a PC, it's like, so now I got to play like the PS4 version so I can get all my levels, but I have to play through the whole thing again. Like it's stupid. It's dumb.
Wow.
Again, it's like I think the best example would be like, yeah, I'm gonna release Hitman 1 on PS2, but then I'm gonna release Hitman 2 on Xbox Series X, and it's like, why did you even do that? Just like it's stupid.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, I don't even know what to say, because it's just like a bunch of back and forth. And now it's making me wonder, like, well, what did you guys do or say that it has to be so separate?
Right, and I think that's where the argument where people get pissed off, because it's like by default, if I'm talking to you about something like this, where it's like, yeah, we're gonna have it exclusive on the Epic Game Store, and we're gonna get more money for it. The immediate question that will come up, it's like, okay, so what's gonna happen with 1 and 2? Are we giving it away for free? Are we giving them a discount? Like, what's going on here? And it's like, and then it's just like, we'll leave that for later. And then later has happened where the game is literally about to come out and no one brought it up again. And it's like, y'all are how many hundreds of people in this company, and not one person thought this was like a bad idea? Like, I don't know. I feel like making sure that your loyal fan base is there for you I feel like that whatever extra money you would have gotten from having it exclusive to the Epic Game Store would have, I don't know, there would have been more money coming in from loyal fan base instead of doing it like this, you know? Because I feel like, you know, if this game came out, someone like me who hasn't played Hitman is like, yo, man, you got to play it. It's dope. You know, you don't even have to play the first two. You get all the levels. It's like, okay, I'll try it. And it's like word just keeps going around. You know, that's the whole point of them doing this levels compatibility shit, is because they want to appeal to the loyal fan base. And now you're just switching the narrative.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's dumb, wild.
He's right, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they didn't really handle that very well.
I heard they were changing the style a little bit of the game anyway, to where it's not the same. It's a little bit more dark than before. And I understand that, you know, being a Hitman is a very dark game as it is, but I mean, it's more so darker tone than what it was, which I'm okay with, actually. I like that it's getting darker. Personally, I like the fact that it's a little more like, whoa, this is heavy, man. So I don't know. I'm interested in 3. I'm probably going to pick it up. I'm not entirely sure. So,
okay.
yeah.
I actually haven't played the series at all. I don't know why I just never got into it. I saw the movie,
I I
but
played
that's
it like way back when. Like the first the first memory of that I have of Hitman is Hitman 2, where like you can look where you picked up a sniper and you looked into the building and you can kill the guy by shooting his penis off.
Yeah.
Like, that's legit the very first kill I ever had in Hitman, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So,
that's funny.
but yeah, I mean, it's funny, Frank, that you say that because it's like it feels like the game turned more into like, look at the zany ways you can kill people versus like you got to go in and really like smoke some folks. And
Yeah.
like I mean, with like, oh, you can kill them with a cow costume or a chef's costume or something like that. So
Like the chef's costume made sense because you were assassinating somebody with the food.
yeah,
But like dumb stuff like the cow costume was like, what are you doing? What are you guys
right,
doing? Get back to your roots.
yeah.
That sounds like I don't know if you guys ever you know that boy on YouTube named Kingsley.
Hmm.
So he was when he was like 10 years ago when he was doing his thing. He had made a video complaining about Final Destination, and he was like, you might as well just make yourself some popcorn and just watch 1,000 Ways to Die and then watch that instead of going to the movies and waste your money on Final Destination. Because like he was saying, like they basically was like it wasn't even a plot anymore. It's like they were just coming up with like 15 different ways to kill the people in the movie.
That's
So
accurate.
basically, what they did for Saw, because that's what I feel like they did for Saw, where it's just,
Oh really? I only ever saw the first one, and I'm not a horror movie
I
person.
think I watched
so-
like 3 of them, and then it's just after like the first one was like, oh man, like what the hell, and I remember the second one was like, and then I watched like the third one, I was like, all right, I'm done. Like, and then they went up to like what 6 or 7 movies, I don't know, but it just got to the point where it was just like, all right, this is just like torture porn, trying to figure out like like Final Destination. It's like,
Yeah.
how can we kill this person? It's like, yeah, this is not even like scary anymore. Like somebody's getting like their head chopped off by a fucking bear trap or something, and I'm over here eating Fruit Loops. Like, all right, like whatever.
But then that guy actually died in the fourth one, and then everyone was like, "Why are they still making it with the guy that was doing it in the first place?"
Yeah, then they
It's
explained why they did it. And it wasn't
Oh.
a really good explanation.
oh my god. Okay. So next, speaking of Epic Games, actually, they're suing Apple and Google in the UK.
What?
Yeah. So Epic Games battle against giants Apple and Google has gone international as the company has raised complaints against both to the UK's Competition Appeal Tribunal, claiming that the two had violated the UK competition laws. Apple and Google, on the other hand, have claimed that Epic Games has attempted to bypass their payment systems, thus breaking their terms of service. The dispute between the companies dates back to August 2020. To circumvent the 30% commission to Google and Apple for in-app transactions, Epic Games added a payment system of a separate virtual currency that players could buy directly from their website. Both Apple and Google retaliated by removing the Epic Games app from their app stores. In their complaint, Epic Games accuses Apple and Google of abusing their dominance over their OS installed in smartphones. They have demanded Google prevent pre-installing Google Play on all Android devices in the UK, while the Apple complaint demands the removal of the restriction of downloading Epic Games Store to Apple devices in the UK. We'll have to wait till January 21st to find out what comes out of this complaint, when it will be put forward to the Competition Appeal Tribunal for their decision.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, but that's
Yo.
petty. They said, get this fucking app out of our store.
I think that happened here in the US too, because I remember reading about some bullshit like that where it was the same thing happened where they tried to bypass Google's and Apple's thing, and then Google and Apple did the same thing. They were like, nah, we're just gonna take your stuff down, and then they made it available to sideload on Android or something. I think that happened with it was something with like I think it was Fortnite, where it's like you have to buy V-Bucks, you have to go through the Epic stuff, and it bypassed the 30% that Google takes and Apple takes.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like I don't blame Apple or Google at all, because it's just like, yo, we're providing you a service and allowing your game to be here. Like this stuff ain't free, chief. Like even free to play games, they still get like ads and shit, and we have to dock something off of it.
Right.
That's like going to
Just,
somebody's house and eating their food and not replenishing the food. It's like, all right, y'all, I'm out. It's like, wait, you disrespectful bastard. Like, what are you doing? That's my food.
Yeah, I just find it funny it happened around the same time where they dubbed everybody for the
Right.
Hitman crap. But whatever. That's kind of funny. I don't work for Epic Games, so. All right. So this next piece of news is for all of my financial people. If you're interested in buying stocks, I have some financial information. So, all right. So as we all know, the video game industry saw major developments in 2020. Because of the virus, the one good thing that came out of that was, a lot of video games went up in sales. With the release of new consoles from the Microsoft Corporation and Sony Corporation. The sector also got attention as a winner due to the number of people who were home during the pandemic. Here's a look at what could be ahead in 2021 for video game stocks. Let's see. So for Sony Corporation, the PS5 had strong sales in 2020 and was, I say apparently, the winner in the console wars battle. The story for 2021 for Sony could be the company's exclusive titles, which could be among the reasons it won in 2020.
All I'm gonna have to say is tread lightly, because I can feel Frank getting ready to blast off on that topic. But I'm good. Frank, just calm down now.
This is purely financial. So if you just, I'm just letting the people know if they want to invest in Sony, this is what they're doing right now. So
that's fine. I'm going to invest in Sony anyway.
Okay. The company has Returnal, Gran Turismo 7, and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart as console exclusives. Sony is also expected to release God of War Ragnarok in 2021, which has been listed as one of the most anticipated games of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Next, Microsoft. While Microsoft didn't win the 2020 console war battle, it did make a large gaming-related acquisition with its purchase of ZeniMax Media. The deal gives Microsoft control of hit franchises like Dishonored, Fallout, Doom, and The Elder Scrolls.
Oh, wow.
The studio will release a new first-person shooter with Deathloop, which is ironically a PS5 exclusive timed release. Microsoft will also release Halo Infinite in fall 2021, a highly anticipated exclusive game that was initially supposed to release with the Xbox Series X.
Mm-hmm.
Next, Activision Blizzard. Video game publisher Activision Blizzard is rumored to release Overwatch 2, the highly anticipated sequel to the game released 5 years ago that is now a popular esports league. The sequel could increase interest in the name going forward. The Blizzard unit could also have a huge 2021 with the potential release of Diablo 4 for PC and Diablo Immortal for mobile. Blizzard's latest release in the World of Warcraft series posted record-breaking numbers in 2020.
Sounds about right.
For Nintendo, despite the new consoles from Sony and Microsoft, Nintendo company outperformed both stocks with a 60% gain versus 40% gains from the other two. The company topped the leaderboards for years with its Switch console before the PS5 and Xbox Series X. The Switch could continue to outperform in 2021 with exclusive titles coming like Monster Hunter Rise, Pokemon Snap, and the potential sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Next, Immersion. With the PS5 selling well, one of the potential winners for 2021 could be Immersion Corporation, the company providing the haptic technology for the DualSense controllers. Several games coming in 2021, like Returnal and Deathloop, are designed to take advantage of the haptic feedback in the controllers. Next,
nice.
Amazon, a wild card to watch in the gaming sector for 2021 is Amazon.com. The company owns Twitch, a leader in video game streaming in the US. Let's see. Yeah. So that's about it. They were just giving a quick rundown in the different companies, how they were doing, and whether you guys feel like they were worth investing in. Personally, I personally would invest in Nintendo. Only because I don't even know. Are the Switch even available yet now?
I believe
still don't have
they are.
I got one
They
last
are.
week.
But I feel like Nintendo succeeds because they get away with so much crap. They do. I'm sorry,
They
but it's
do.
like it's not, and it's everybody. Everybody who's a Nintendo fan knows this. So anybody who gets blowback, y'all just blind. But it's just like, for example, like when have you ever heard of like a game only being available for like what 8, 9 months? Which is like the Mario 3D collection, and it's like, yeah, we're just gonna take it away everywhere. And it's like I think they're at the point where they're not even doing producing physical copies anymore. Um, and it's like
Right.
we're just
Yeah.
gonna take it away just to take it away. Like they're literally doing a whole Disney Vault situation back when, those who remember the VHS and who still buys Blu-rays and stuff.
Mhm.
It's like they're like literally just taking
Yeah.
away just because they can't. Like they're creating the demand. Like it would not surprise me if like in a year they're just bringing back like just like Mario anniversary celebrations, And I think
Well, they do that
yeah, but
anyway.
it's like Nintendo honestly is a very scummy type company, but they have no. I mean, it is because they're doing the same thing with I think Fire Emblem, the Nintendo remaster, not remaster, just re-release I would say, because the only thing they did was just put stuff in English and didn't do anything with the graphics or whatever. But it's like, yeah, like that's only going to be available until I think March also. Mario 35, which is honestly super fun. I did not think that I'd have so much fun in a Mario Battle Royale, but I do. And they're taking that away for no reason, even though it's getting like dumb amounts of attention. It's
Wow.
yeah, and it's like, why? And no, and the thing is, they still are at the point where they can print money. Like we have whole new consoles coming out from like Sony and Microsoft and everything. It's like, yeah, guys, we're 8K compatible. It's like, yeah, cool. We still have the 720p screen that everyone can take anywhere and play Mario. It's like whenever it's like I feel like whenever they're down in any kind of way, it's like, all right, so we're gonna release like 2 Mario games a year, and that should just like keep us good, keep us afloat, keep us in the black. Um, I don't know because they got the Super Mario 3D World with the Bowser's Fury coming out, Super Saiyan Mario looking ass.
Oh my God.
And then I honestly, if they were smart because they acquired the company, they should release another Mario Strikers, the soccer game that they had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because yeah.
That soccer game was fun, but my favorite, this is soccer, but with video game shit, will always be Mega Man Super Strikers or Mega Man Soccer, whatever the fuck it was called. Like every soccer game I've played never measures up because that game had Mega Man and all his 8 bosses from the original Mega Man series running around doing super shots with the Cutman ball, the Gutsman ball, the Fireman ball. It was amazing. It was the greatest game of soccer I've ever played.
It's funny.
I want a remaster. Capcom,
it's funny because my favorite soccer game is Tiny Toons Adventures.
That's number 2.
Like, yo, just the fact that you could be like Buster Bunny and have the ball in your ears and then like swing this, like throw the shit out of it to the goalie, a whole bunch of other stuff. Like it's like official games. The only official sports game I really like is MLB, just because I'm Dominican and it's in my blood. But other than that, like every other like sports game that I ever loved was never like a mainline game. It was always like if I liked football, I like NFL Street. Basketball was the NBA Street Volume 2, the greatest basketball game of all time, arcade. It's never been like a mainline game. So, yeah, I mean, shout outs to people who keep buying it on the year-to-year basis, but.
Only basketball game, because I'm not that into basketball, that I ever played and like loved was I actually still have it, was Space Jam for the PS1.
Oh, wow.
I still have
Get
it.
out. You should stream that.
Yeah, I played the F out of that. I should actually. I probably should just go find an emulator and stream that at one point. But yeah, yeah, I played the fuck out of that game. Like that was just I just couldn't get enough, and I like all of it, like the mini games, even the basketball itself. And
I think that's probably why we like these games that are not like the official ones, because there's actually effort put into it. Like, like Mega Man, right? Like, there's no way that it's like there's a cut man ball and whatever. Like it's like this actual effort to make things interesting in this game. Whereas like I feel like with
Yeah.
these official mainline games, it's just today is more about like how can we enhance ways that people can give us more money on top of the $100 that they're already giving us for buying the deluxe edition because we have a deceased basketball player on the cover. But that's a whole other thing.
I'm still mad that they did that. Like, a lot of people are really upset that they went and put Kobe on the cover this year because it was like, you open this up to get money from Kobe's
Oh
death.
yeah,
This is obvious profiteering. And
yeah,
everybody was saying, like, if you're going to do a Kobe edition, the only thing you need to do is make that game $24.81, and all the proceeds purchased from the Kobe edition go towards
Right.
the Kobe Foundation. That's the
Yeah.
only way that would
Right.
have been a good deal. Because you're not doing you're not clearly not doing it for profit because the price is
Right.
$24.81,
Right.
which is Kobe shit. So like you're not doing this for profit. So
Or like if,
what are
you
you
know, or
doing?
if you really wanted
So,
to
like,
get
now-
money off of it, it would have been like, okay, like just flip the numbers. Like just say, okay, this deluxe Kobe edition is going to be 81.24. Sorry, and then it'll be 81.24,
Yeah.
and then it's
Mhm.
basically anything above like the $40 price point goes to the donation. That way you get some. It's like, you know,
Right.
just do something. But it's just the fact that they just slapped them on the cover, and it's like, here's the Kobe edition. But it's like it's the same game, except you're giving me more dollars in cosmetic items to play the MUT mode, the My Ultimate Team mode or whatever for it, which is like dumb scummy in the first place. Like there's been
Yeah.
so much complaints about that recently to the point where like there's literally like a slot machine in there, like or that they've legit put lower rates on the cards that they promoted without telling people that they lowered the rates. Like it's asinine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
Like, and it's gotten so bad that whatever they did somehow bled into MLB, and the MLB card system is almost as bad as the current card system that they
almost,
have
but
too.
the only thing I give MLB at this point is that you can play it and they give you so many missions to get like, you know, like the diamond tier card or whatever, to the point where you can have like a whole team of
True.
those folks like without paying anything. Like that's the I think specifically this year, especially with all the COVID stuff or whatever, like they've done a lot of like live
Mhm.
streams to showcase like new content, and like it's at the point where like if you miss out on a month playing that game, you're overwhelmed with the amount of like missions and stuff that you can do to get a full on like perfect team. So it's weird. It's like it's weird because like the MLB, it's kind of like you can put money into it, but you don't have to. Whereas like when I see Madden and especially 2K, it's like you have to shell out credit cards, and even then you're still gonna get screwed. So it's like, where's I don't know. That's a whole topic for a whole nother podcast. Like that's just, it really is because
Talking about how
well, it's just
greedy EA is, please.
it's how
I
greedy a
played
lot of
them.
these
I
things
know.
are. Because remember when 2K used to be like $20 because they were going against what EA was doing? Like they legit were selling it for like like 20, 30, $40 or something. They basically less than whatever the full price of the PS1 or PS2 games were. And then just because it's like, yo, you love basketball, here's an alternative instead of dealing with EA's bullshit of releasing the same thing over and over. And they basically, you know, like what's that quote from Batman where, you know, you live long enough to be the enemy or something like that?
Oh, I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. I know exactly what you're
Yeah, you know, it's like
I can't think of the
yeah,
quote,
but it's like,
I
you know,
exactly what you're
they basically got to the point where they became the thing that we all hated, and it's like this is not where you were supposed to go with this. But
Yeah.
ugh.
Right. Well, yeah, like I said, so those are the different companies that you may want to invest in. I did forget to mention that Amazon is actually releasing their own MMORPG. It actually was announced back in
Oh, word.
2016. And it's the only one to actually make it to the well, they had announced 3 games back in 2016, but it's the only one to make it to the actual release stage. So this year we'll see what Amazon's new game is like. So yeah, that's about it if you know want to invest. So the next article I have is about the Gotham Knights game.
Oh boy,
God,
Bat
here we
Ellis
go.
perked up.
so, So, all right. So, in addition to taking place in its own separate universe, Gotham Knights will also differ from the Arkham series in its in-game combat system. WB Games Montreal's upcoming Gotham Knights release has already been confirmed to take place in its own universe separate from the Batman Arkham series. Now it has also been officially announced that the combat system for this new interpretation of Gotham City will differ as well. In an interview with Games Radar, Gotham Knights executive producer Fleur Marty explained, "We have entirely redesigned the combat system in order for it to work well in co-op, because that part of the experience is really exciting for us." Marty further elaborated that Gotham Knights' in-game mechanics will still share some remnant similarities to the Arkham series, given that the game will still be a brawler, quote, but it is in many different ways, but it is in many ways very different. Designing a combat system from scratch has its challenges indeed, but it's been a very stimulating one, and we're very proud of the result, he said. The announcement of co-op play was paramount in creating a distinct separation between Gotham Knights and the Arkham games, the latter of which functioned solely as a single-player experience. Marty explained, "The two-player dynamic fits the fantasy and the Gotham setting. The duo, or team-up, is such a central feature of the universe that there's literal shorthand for it in the comics, in animation, in the film and TV versions. And Gotham is a city of alleyways and rooftops, so the footprint for gameplay needs to be compatible with that." Developed by WB Games Montreal, Gotham Knights is scheduled to release in 2021 for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X/S, Xbox One, and PC. So yeah, they're making it more co-op than single player, like Arkham. The Arkham.
It's just, I guess. I mean, they could probably definitely surely do a game that doesn't need the combat change if you're using two people. I don't see how that needs to be done because they had the team
I
up
was just
moves.
gonna say, like, I get it, but it's like at the same time, there was no problem with having to like an enemy. I'm sorry, yourself and an AI basically doing the same thing, and then y'all had to do the team up moves, and the team up moves were dope. But it was always like, it's like, it's like, I remember just sitting down. I was just like, let me, like, what the heck are they doing? And they're literally doing the moves that you would do. So it's just like, why not just do that? I mean, I get it. Maybe they're just trying to do something new and different to make it feel different. It's not Rocksteady. It is a whole different company. So I get it. But just to add to that, just one thing that I also found out this week is that about Gotham Knights is that what's going to end up happening is because you can level up your characters. Even if you're not playing as one of the characters, apparently they still level up or gain experience because they're still doing crime fighting or whatever. So it's like if you're playing as like Batgirl and you have your other characters, when you go back to the base, you probably see that they have a little bit more XP or they might have leveled up or something. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be like OP or whatever, where you can just leave them on standby and then they level up. But yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like they're still going to be doing stuff in the background, which is dope and it's cool. I was initially upset that they announced 2-player co-op because I thought it was going to be 4, but we'll see. I'll probably, no matter what the complaints, I'm probably still going to get it anyway because I'm a bat freak. So and it doesn't have Batman, which is like another thing that I'm interested in. I love Batman, but goddamn, I love him. I do, but goddamn, I'm tired. I'm Batmaned out. I really.
That's what I said when they said they were making another one. I was like, for what?
Yeah, it looks interesting. It's supposed to be what like Batman Year One, the one with the what's that guy?
No,
he's from the vampire movies. What the fuck? Yeah, Robert Pattinson. Yeah, where it's about to have the Black Catwoman, Robert Pattinson, Commissioner Gordon's Black.
I hate her outfit.
And it's like, like I get it, but it's just I'm just Batmaned out, dude. Like just there's so many other DC characters. Like if they put Rocket Raccoon in his own movie with the Guardians of the Galaxy, 2 of them, and a crossover. So like, just can we? Come on, DC.
I mean, what caught my attention was one, they said the Riddler was supposed to be in it. I was confused about who He was supposed to be in that trailer. I'm like, is he the guy with the duct tape? Like, I don't understand.
We didn't. I don't think we saw the Riddler in the trailer.
Okay,
I don't
that's
think
what I
we did.
thought. I was like, wait,
We might have. I don't know. I just don't think we saw him in the
yeah,
trailer.
and the fact that they changed Colin Farrell so much, as for him to be the Penguin was like really interesting. So I feel like I'm going to the movies not for Batman, but for literally just the Riddler and the Penguin. That's why I would go see that.
It's funny because like the wife mentioned this the other day when she was watching fucking the Harley show on HBO Max, and it's like
Mhm.
I like Batman, but I think I'm more in love with his world than the actual character. Like I love
Yeah.
everything. I love
Yeah.
his rogues gallery, like the sidekicks. There's just the fact that it's like, why are you living in this city but people still live there? It's like, you steal a pack of gum, you get your arm broken. But it's like all these other characters are super interesting, except for like Batman, because they're always trying to make him as this like human god, and it's like, no, you have that with Superman. So can we not think that, like, let's not act like a human can't get off guard, okay? Like, come on, he's human.
Nah, dude.
He can't have prep time all the time.
And also,
yes, he can.
Also, to be fair, what had me weak was going back to like what I posted in our Discord with that scene when he was in the Justice League and when they said they were going to turn themselves in, and he was like, "What?" And then I was crying because like the girl who retweeted that was like, Batman said, "All I gotta do is stay rich and die."
Right.
Like, like I don't have to do shit, because they really were trying to turn themselves in, and he was
Right.
like, "Absolutely not." No.
He's like, you mean I gotta be a peasant? No, sir.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I hope it turns out great. I would see a demo of Gotham Knights.
I have semi-high hopes because I like what they, as much as people hate on Batman Origins from the trilogy back then, it was actually pretty good. It was as far as like what they did. So I'm hoping for good things. But I'm hoping that the story holds up. That's like the one main thing that is going to keep me going if the story holds up. Because, I mean, yeah.
Okay. All right. So this, I think is this the last article? Yes, it is. Okay. So, really quick. So this article, I actually thought was really funny. I thought it was so funny because as I was reading it and going through the updates, it just got more hilarious as I went on. So, all right. So starting off, the Black PS5 sale ends in disaster as all orders canceled due to staff threats. So Super 5, I think that's the name of the person, the Twitter or whatever. The company Super 5 says it received credible threats to our safety after selling out of custom consoles. Let's see. Unsurprisingly, given the continuing demand for Sony's console, the Black PS5 sold out in less than 20 minutes. It likely would have done so much faster had it not been for significant technical issues on Super 5's website as they struggled to cope with demand. The company issued a statement on Friday evening saying it was embarrassed with how the North American launch went, with some customers reporting that they were charged for their orders without actually receiving confirmation that they'd secure a console. A large number of the Black PS5 consoles also started appearing on reseller sites like eBay, with users asking for thousands of dollars, though Super 5 said it would cancel them. Super 5 insisted it would refund those who had been incorrectly charged and pledged to do better with its international launch, which it delayed from Saturday to later in the month. However, just hours after that message, the company announced it was canceling all orders and issuing refunds due to its team allegedly receiving credible threats to their safety. Update. Super 5 has now deleted its Twitter account entirely. Quote, last night our team began receiving credible threats to their safety, the firm said in a statement. We take these threats seriously. We aren't willing to risk the safety and well-being of our team or the potential impact this would bring to delivering your order. It added, all existing orders will be canceled and fully refunded in the coming days. You will receive a notification when this happens. Quote, we intended this to be a fun way to celebrate a shared nostalgia. As it turns out, there are people out there who are willing to interfere with that. If we determine that it's safe to try again, we will. For now, please stay safe.
What game were they making?
No. So
they were making the Black PS5.
Right. So it was
okay, I got you.
Yeah, it was a custom made PS5 that looked like I guess it was like a throwback type of thing to the PS2, like the way it looked. If you Google it, like it looks like updated, like a really updated version of like the PS2. It's really cool.
I did see it. I seen the picture.
Oh, okay.
Shit was dope.
The news was the news was predictably met with frustration by those who had managed to purchase the consoles. With many customers accusing Super 5 of scam tactics. However, there's not evidence of foul play. Currently, Sony has not committed to releasing different color PS5 consoles or customization options, although some other third-party companies have promised their own solutions. Canadian peripheral firm Dbrand recently announced they would soon be taking orders for a range of black PS5 faceplates and dismissed suggestions Sony could stop it. Dbrand's product launch follows a high-profile case in the UK, which saw one company cancel its plans to create custom PS5 faceplates after Sony allegedly threatened legal action. Asked by a Reddit user if it feared similar legal action over its faceplates, Dbrand dismissed the notion, writing, "We encourage them to try." A caption on his Reddit post also reads, "Sue us, Sony."
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No.
I will say I have seen people popping off the white plastic Jones and plastic dipping them to making custom stuff. So I mean, it's not that you can't do it. It's just Sony's like, hey, we're not going to do it yet, but you know, if you do it yourself, we're not going to let you.
I completely disagree with buying custom stuff, especially for like a console that just launched, because it's basically taking advantage of the hype. I get it that people are excited about it, but it's like, you know, if you got the, you know what, it's like if you got the money for it, cool. Like, it's really speaking to those who are like literally grinding out their paychecks to get themselves a PS5, and then it's like, well, I'm gonna get a custom one. It's like, dude, just stop paying the premium for this stuff. Like, you know, when stuff like this happens, especially those who are buying from like scalpers and things like that, it's like, well, this is what you get for buying for over what the cost of the game is. Like, it's not worth it. Like, you know.
Yeah, this is a third-party company. This is not official Sony customization. So it's like you get what you.
It's like if you haven't bought a PS5 until now, and there's no rush for you to get it, honestly, because it's not like there's any like super exclusive games that are on it. It's just that it just runs a little better than the PS4 Pro. And it's just don't do it. Unless you're really bringing in bank and you just got money to spend, then fine. But like, I mean, 90% of these folks who are buying it are folks who are like, they're saving up like months of paychecks because they got bills to pay, and it's like, oh, I'm finally going to gift myself a PS5. I was like, that's fine, good for you, but don't go be above and beyond and then be mad because something that's not from an official store gets either canceled or you get like $1,000 box with a note saying, haha, you know, like. That's kind of.
I'm going to your shipping department on my own with a car and a baseball bat.
Yeah.
And I'm getting some answers on my money.
Like, let me go buy from this seller who literally created the account yesterday for a premium that I could literally just wait until something is, you know, available. Like, it's just you kind of get what you get. So, I mean, it sucks because I know people, you know, took their time to do these custom things and they were trying to make a profit off of it because they know that not everybody can do it. That's cool. That's fine. But it's like, again, it's not from an official company. So everything, I feel like everything is up in the air when you're not buying like consoles and stuff from an official store. That's just me.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I feel about that.
All right, so that's it for the general news. And we'll be right back with video game announcements, our games of the day, and some more shout outs. We'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. So, I just wanted to give two quick shout outs before I start with really announcements before I start with the game anniversaries for today. First, I want to congratulate Black Girl Gamers. They were the third most watched I think female stream on Twitch this year. for 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's funny. There's a lot. I've seen a bar graph or something of like the most streamed gamers. And there was like a lot of like black female gamers up there. So that's what's up. Like I'm really happy to hear that. Not that I'm not gonna anyone else, but it's like I'm kind of tired of seeing Ninja in this Fortnite situations. You know, there are other people who stream.
I'm sick of Ninja,
like
bro.
that.
I was sick of like you. Did you ever hear my rant on Ninja in particular? I fucking hated that guy, dog. He got all this hype for playing Fortnite, and he wasn't even that fucking good. And then this motherfucker had the audacity to go on Dancing with the Stars like he's a celebrity. No, it was the Masked Singer. You ain't even a celebrity. You're a fucking Twitch streamer. Sit down.
Frank Grouse, ladies and gentlemen.
Shit, I fucking hate Ninja, bro. Get on my nerves.
Oh man. Boots, you good?
I'm sorry, Boots. I didn't mean to take over the stream with that. My bad. Boots?
I don't think her microphone was picking up.
Boots, did you mute yourself?
hello.
Hi,
I'm
Boots.
so sorry. Okay, I think it's because I had switched over. But no, I was sorry what you said. First of all, I didn't even know he was on. I didn't even know he was on Dancing with the Stars.
He was on Masked
He
Singer.
wasn't. I had the wrong.
And it's funny, yo. I remember. No. The funniest thing is like everybody when he put his mask out, everybody was just like, "Who the fuck is this guy?
Who the fuck are you?"
like you know.
He was so happy to be there. It's like, dog, you do not belong here, and you fucking know it.
Yeah, and it's like you know how like immediately when it's like an artist or someone they know, it's like they immediately cut to like the audience. And so like the audience, everybody was just like looking at each other like, "Who the fuck is this blue head motherfucker?" Like, you know,
shit.
And it's like it's like, and then it's funny because even one day, and I was like, it's Ninja. Okay, and it sounded like when when they announced the PSP, and it's like, oh look, it's Ridge Racer, and no one said anything because no one was like,
oh my god.
It's just like because it's like, how do you make your entire show is about mystery, right? So like the mystery is these big stars are under your mask. Like you got Gladys Knight was out there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wayne Brady was out there. You had Victor Oladipo, basketball star. People who have recognition in the world. And here comes this fuck nugget coming out here with his goddamn blue hair. He takes off his mask. Everybody is like,
and it's funny. It's funny because it's like you can tell that there's some folks that they put there, and it's like they can't sing, but it's like they just like to do it, which is fine.
But they're still celebrity.
It was like I'm not even gonna lie. It would have been more surprising if he could actually sing, but it's like he couldn't. So it's like not only can't you sing, but no one knows you. So it's like you are like down on two fronts, my guy.
Yeah, like if he had the singing talent, it would have been a brilliant fucking grab.
It would have been like a fun tidbit to know. But the fact that it's like no one knows you and you can't sing, it's like why are you here, man? Like they have some.
And it can't. And the funniest thing is, it can't be a publicity stunt because we don't know who you are until you take off the mask. So you can't advertise that Ninja's going to be on the show because you can't. You can't.
Right. And
so it's like, what was the
that
fucking
was around
point?
The time when he got off Twitch and he was on Mixer, and then and it was stupid. I don't know.
It was like an obvious weird cash grab, but like they're like, let's get Ninja, but it's like, but nobody's gonna know who he is because they're gonna have him under a mask the whole time.
He is even out of it. It's like, yeah, that's why you got like released like earlier in the season. Just next person, please. Sorry, I'm sorry.
that is just no, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. It's just like first of all, I didn't even know that he was there. If I'd have known he was there, I probably would have said something too at the time, and it's just so funny. And second, I will make the point that I feel like in his case, it is a sort of like a cash grab, not in the sense where like he just wanted quick money, but more in a sense like when you have brought up the point that he wasn't that great, at Fortnite, I feel like they do that with different celebrities anyway. Like especially with like rappers. Like there's tons of rappers that aren't that great, but they make so much money. And it's like I feel like in his case they just did like literally the same thing. So I mean that's the only thing I can really say about that. I feel like whoever his manager or whatever the case is,
let's be more relevant.
Like, well, we're just gonna take the name to the Masked Singer or whatever the hell he was on, and do it like that. Because freaking I just had a debate about Drake with somebody and it turned into a whole thing. So yeah,
people know how to make people who know how to make bops. Anyway. They make money. That's just, and let's just call it a spade a spade. It's like when it comes to music, it's like if you can make bops, cool. You don't have to be a greatest person, but if you can make bops, then it's there, right. Which seems to be the standard today. So it is what it is.
Right. Yeah. So that's how I feel about
that. All right, next one before it's gonna spark up a whole other discussion.
So the second announcement, I wanted to give a shout out to I had brought this before up in your stream, Papito, but I wanted to give a shout out to the New York Video Game Awards. It's part of the New York Video Games Critics Circle. Their award ceremony actually didn't come on yet. It's coming on the 26th on Twitch. I almost actually went to their event last year. But I just decided to watch it on Twitch at home. Just I think the past week and the past couple of days they gave out Legend Awards to pioneers in the industry. The first one they gave out was to oh man, I forgot his name. It's Larry something. You probably guys
what
know
what I'm
talking about. It's a black guy.
I know who you're talking about. Hold on.
Yes.
The Nintendo cartridge guy, right?
Yes. I just can't think of his name. I think his last name was Gulpin.
No, hold on. Not right. I got it.
It's Larry something.
Gerald Anderson, Jerry Lawson. That's his name.
Yes, Jerry Lawson. Sorry. Yes, Jerry Lawson. So his son was on the Twitch stream. If you guys ever want to check it out, on the New York Video Game Critics Twitch channel, they gave out the Legend Award to his dad. And basically they were just interviewing him and asking him, things about his dad, saying that, we're so thankful for his dad because if it wasn't for him, like we wouldn't have half the stuff that we have now. Which was really cool. The next people that they honored, which was I think yesterday or the day before, I don't remember, was John Romero and his wife.
Is it for Doom?
Oh my god, I forgot her name too. Not just only for Doom. He started. I think he also was on the Quake team originally. Yeah. He was in a lot of different gaming companies. If you look him up, his name is John Romero. His wife is a video game designer as well.
Wolfenstein 3D and Daikatana.
Yeah. Also, he's known for apparently he's the one who started the phrase deathmatch in first-person shooters. So
that's from Quake though. That's where that came from, didn't it?
Okay, well it makes sense since he was on the Quake team. So yeah, they both of them also got Legend Awards. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that was the two announcements that I wanted to make, and those are the two announcements I wanted to make. And now I'm going to go to the video game anniversaries. All right, so first off, it is the 18-year anniversary for Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2 for the Xbox. It came out January 16th, 2003.
Wow.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Yep. January 16th, 2003. It came out in Japan. If you're not familiar with the game, people, this was apparently the first online multiplayer on a console. Basically, like
and I think it came. I think it's a little older than that. I think because I know that it came out on Dreamcast first, and then it got onto the Xbox when the Dreamcast wasn't.
Correct.
Man, I played that on the Dreamcast so much. Like it was so good. I'm still mad that they haven't put Phantasy Star Online 2 outside of like PC and Xbox. I thought they were at least going to put it on the Switch. Well, no,
Oh,
I mean
like
because they
to
have.
like
I think
re-release it?
Fantasy Star Online 2 is going on now, but they announced it to come to consoles, and I think it just went to Xbox, and it's just on Xbox and PC. But it's been on PC, and it was actually on the Vita also in Japan, but never in the US because the Vita wasn't as successful, which really sucks. Um, but yeah, I freaking love Fantasy Star and Fantasy Star Online. Just that's old school shit to me.
Oh, that's awesome. Um, Next, it is the 14-year anniversary for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney
God, I
Justice for
feel
All
old.
on the DS.
Objection.
Wow. 14 years? Jesus.
Yep, I know. Yes, it came out January 16th, 2007. I played a little bit of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I think I had rented it from like GameFly like maybe like 2 years ago, I think. And I really liked it. It was really interesting. I mean, I suck
Yeah,
at
same. I
interrogating
think, but
people,
it
but
was.
it was
I
great.
remember trying it for the 3DS, and it was dope. I wasn't really into like visual novels like that, but then I don't know, it grew on me, so I was with it. But yeah, I suck at I was basically losing like every damn case because I'm not good at remembering shit sometimes. So
Next, it is the 18-year anniversary for a game called Ikaruga. It was released on the GameCube in 2003. It is a shoot 'em up. And when I looked up the video game footage, it basically looks like Galaga,
oh my
but like
god,
a
it's
updated version of that.
you
But it looks
you
really
ever
cool.
heard the term bullet hell or whatever it is? Yeah, it's basically you're in the seventh layer of
Yeah.
hell with that one, man. Like that one, that shoot 'em up, it was tough as balls, man. And then when they re-released it, I think on the Switch, and I think for the current consoles too, and it's just yeah, it's bullet seventh layer of hell. Like it's so hard, but it's so good. It's so good. I'm a sucker for punishment. I like Silver Surfer on the Nintendo. If that gives you any reference. Just that game was terrible and horrible.
I don't think I played it, but I've heard
Yeah, and I
that
loved
was
every minute of
ridiculously
it
hard
as
as
much
well.
as it's probably the first like game rage I've ever had in playing Silver Surfer. I think that was like the first one that did it. Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
bad.
Next, that was those first three games I mentioned, and their anniversaries were yesterday. So for today's anniversaries, it is the 1-year anniversary for DBZ Kakarot, which came out on the PC, PS4, and Xbox.
I have that. It's like when you're playing the story bits, it's really really good because it's the CyberConnect 2, the same folks who did the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games, like they're the ones who worked on it. So like that the cutscenes and everything for it, like it's like straight up ripped off of like the manga or like the show, and it's so good. And like the fighting is really like really good. And like each big boss, big battle, like Raditz and Vegeta and shit, like it felt they had like little gimmicks and stuff to it. Like the first time going Super Saiyan in the game gave me the same chills that I had when I first saw Goku turn Super Saiyan on Namek when I was little. Like it gives you because it gives you this, and they do a good job because it gives you the same kind of hype where it's like your energy bar is immediately up, and you're this 1 meter where it allows you to do more combos is maxed out the whole time. So when you're punching, you're just doing like it's all the little after image shit where like how people. When they looked up and it's a little blast in the air, like, oh man, he's going so fast. It's literally that, but you're seeing it, so it's so good. But then, like in between those story moments, though, it's horrible. It's trash. Like what? Like it's just because it's like they pad it out and they give you so many little like fetch quests and like there's no. It's just like straight cringe. Like as far as like the dialogue and stuff, and like when you're in the open world, they say the same dialogue over and over again, and it's like it's to the point where like I had to turn the voices off, and thus I got into like a big scene until I knew I was gonna get into like a big scene. And then the other thing that's stupid about it is like it's been a year since it came out, right? and they announced the season pass and everything for it, and they still haven't came out with all the content. And the little pieces of content that they did come out with was just to power boost your level for the next DLC. So people are sitting at like level 250, but like one-shotting everything, but they have no content to play it in. Yeah, and like the only content they released was like some sort of card-based game for it within the game, and it's like nobody wanted this. I thought what we was gonna do, Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken Blue, whatever, and you get those god powers, and it's like I have nothing to do with this at all. Like even the hardest parts of the game are just like nothing at this point. So it's great, but it's like even when I bought it on a discount, and and I told Frank this. I'm like, I'm playing it. I like it, but I would not pay him no more than like $25 or $30 for it. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, like it's great, but God, like they honestly should have just sold it at $40 and just kept it to just doing the story bits, because the story bits are like really, really, really good. But goddamn, the in between is just so boring. Yeah, so basically, yeah. Is what you're telling me. And it's like they try to do little nods and stuff. So it's like there's like little mini games where when you're Gohan, you can play baseball, and like there's even like a little racing mini game. Trying to throw like to one of the fillers where Piccolo was wearing like the hat. But they have Piccolo, and that's the thing that really bugs me is like everything is so detailed. But then when they get back to referencing that part of the anime, they still have Piccolo in his full costume. They don't have him in the old getup. You don't get Goku with the Hawaiian shirt, and you don't get, Piccolo with the fitted. It's like, bro, come on, man. Like, if y'all gonna do this, at least give me Piccolo with the fitted, okay? Like, come on. Just go beyond since you're really doing it for everything else, man. Come on. No, it's not. I love it, but it's like if unless you're if you're a real hardcore DBZ fan, you should get it on sale. I think it's on sale now, but if you're just like, I like anime, but let's see what this is about, I would just play the Ultimate Ninja Storm games, because they do a better job of representing the anime than this.
Oh, okay. Next game, it is the 1-year anniversary for Tokyo Mirage Sessions, #FE Encore for the Switch. It looked like an RPG from what I've seen. I've never played this game.
I've been interested in it, but I've yet to pick it up, because I got Fire Emblem, and I'm trying to play through that first. And I know it probably has no connection to it, but it's like it looks like there's like a slight connection to it, but it's, I don't know. Like I've been meaning to pick it up, but something is just telling me like maybe not. I don't know why, but it's just, I don't know, a gut feeling maybe.
Next, it is the 15-year anniversary for Ape Escape 3. It released on the PS2
I remember
in
playing
2006.
the Ape Escape demo when it came with the PlayStation magazine.
Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I know about it.
Shit out of that one level, boy. Tell you what, like. Back when Konami was doing good games. Rip.
For my Yakuza fans, it is the 2-year anniversary for Yakuza 4 Remastered.
I'm actually playing through that PS4. Right now, which is funny. Yeah, like it's I awesome. Shout outs to Wally. He put me on it, and he's like, you got to try Yakuza 0. I'm like, all right, we'll see, whatever. It looked like a 3D beat 'em up. I was like, cool, I'll give it a shot. That one game, I was like, yep, I'm playing through the whole damn series. Just.
Oh yeah, I actually started Yakuza 0 too, but I haven't been on it because I'm on my.
Nah, it's just because it's like the weirdest game you play, because it takes itself so seriously, and then you have like weird shit. Like, it's like, God, like, I have to find out why I'm being framed for this murder and why the whole Yakuza wants to kill me over $10 billion.
But also, I got to make sure I stay awake in this movie.
Or
so
like,
I'm going to fight these
by the way,
goats
I have
to
make sure I have to get this hostess confidence up so that she can fulfill her dreams of becoming a pop star. So I'm going to go on a couple of dates with her and have some karaoke, singing about my lost friends that I can't talk to anymore because they died or something. Like it's just so weird. Like it's like I gotta save myself from persecution. But by the way, I have to do this dance competition so I can be better than this imitated Michael Jackson person. Like,
Oh
The
my
city
god.
is gonna
Yo,
burn in like 20 minutes from the Yakuza war, but like I gotta take 5 minutes to help
straight
this
up, straight
dominatrix
up.
be
There's
more
like a
dominant in
cutscene
the
where
red.
like there's like all these folks coming in to beat up everybody in this city, and legit, the first thing I did was go and do some more karaoke. like on and finish the dancing sub story so I could dance against Miracle Johnson, aka Michael Jackson. Like, yo, it's so good. It's
Oh my
like it's
god.
so good, but it's like the most zaniest parts of Japan and the most serious versions of Japan. So it's literally the best of both worlds, and every single game is like that.
Next, it is the 24-year anniversary of Rocket Man 8 for the Sega Saturn. It came out in 1997. Yes, that's what it says. Hang on, let me double check.
And Sega Saturn, I had me
Rocket
one,
Man
and I
8.
know everybody wanted a PlayStation, but man, the Sega Saturn was just such a slept-on console. It was so good, and it's one of those things where again, it still had more support in Japan than it did in the U.S. Like it was, especially with like 2D games, like it was so good that like the arcade ports that they had for it was legit a 1-to-1 port. It was like 60 frames. It was you had to put the RAM in the back of it because you could put like 8 MB of more RAM. God, I feel old saying that, but you put in this 8 MB RAM cartridge in the back of it, and then it allowed you to play like games more smoothly. So like X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom, one Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. It was actually on the Sega Saturn, and it was legit a 1-to-1 port. There were no frame drops or nothing compared to the PlayStation, where they had to actually drop some frames in order to make it work. But you had to import all that stuff, and it kind of sucked because it's like they had so many good games on the later part of the Sega Saturn like lifetime, but it just never had a good support in the US, and it's I felt so bad because I'm like, these are all so good games, but no one's really playing them, and it's gonna die. So yeah, I wish I still had the Saturn.
Next, it is the 13-year anniversary of Sonic Riders Shooting Star Story for the Wii. Came out in 2008.
Games. I don't think I didn't like I had a Wii, but I never. The only game I really played on it was like Mario Kart. Like,
yeah, I never had a Wii. It is also the 13-year anniversary for Digimon Adventure. It released on the PSP. 8 years ago.
I can't say much on Digimon. I was always on the Pokemon train, so I don't think I've.
I love both equally. I actually for different reasons. Like I liked Pokemon because it was so much more to it, but I like Digimon because the freaking
that's like the one thing. But I don't think I ever like. It's weird. Pokemon, I like the games more than like the anime and stuff like that. So I don't think I really paid attention to like the animes. I was really more focused on like the games, and I just never jumped on Digimon. I think I jumped on one of them, but I don't think.
You want to know something interesting?
Was it? I don't know. It was one of them, but I think it was back in like the PS1 days. It was like a fighting game or something. Probably, yeah.
Probably Digimon World. I will say, want to know something interesting about the anime? I watched both the anime, the Digimon anime, both in English and subbed in Japanese. And I don't know if you remember, there was this whole big thing about like who the 8th child was, as far as like who the 8th Digidestin was. And the crazy part is, in the English version, our version, they spent maybe like half a season trying to figure out who it was. Why in the Japanese one, they just like the narrator just straight up said who the hell it was, like just ASAP. Who it is. I was like, that's crazy. I was like, I spent like half my youth trying to figure out who it was. And I feel stupid because it's like when they said that it was whoever had watched that battle between Parrotmon and what's his name? I forgot his name. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, they were like, whoever watched that fight that night is a Digidestin. And I'm like, so this Like I was like, so Ty couldn't think of his own sister. She was like right there. That would have been the first person I thought of. Oh, who was there that night that watched it? Oh, I don't know, me and the person that was standing right next to me. Like that's what irritated me about that whole thing. I didn't think it was such a big mystery, But anyway, so the final game. It is the 13-year anniversary of the Mario Sonic Olympic game. It came out on the DS.
That's a sleeper because I feel like not people think that it's a cash grab, but they're actually pretty good games. They're actually pretty fun.
I heard it was good.
Yeah. Like more people should be playing that because like even like every single one of them, I feel like they've been pretty fun. There's so much, honestly, more fun than like some of the Mario Party games because I feel like Mario Party has kind of gone down in quality. But that's just my opinion, though, because I mean, I feel like it's like once you like right now, I got Mario Party for the Switch, and it's like we played through it, and it's fun, but it's like there's nothing. It's like once you do like the 4 levels, that's kind of like it. I mean, yeah, there's other like little mini games and stuff, but it's like I don't know. I feel like there should have been like way more levels than what's provided, but or at least been add more themes. Like if it's a Mario Party game, it's like why aren't there more themes, like more Mario levels, more levels based off of like Mario Kart, like you have all that. It's just I don't know. It's like I feel like they could have done more, but like they didn't because it has Mario on the cover and they can sell it for $60 and people still buy it. So that's just me.
Okay. Yeah, so that's basically it for all the announcements that I had. I didn't see any new game releases online. This is normally when I say when stuff's coming out this week or this month. I didn't see much. Usually around this time, I also ask my guest co-host what they're playing right now. Because right now, I am, like I said earlier, I'm on my emulator shtick / PC shtick. I've been playing Crusader Kings 3, and I think it's great. This is actually recommended to me by my coworker, and I love it. I'm looking forward to using mods on that game as soon as possible. I've been playing PS1 games on PS1 emulator. Play Klonoa, Tunga.
Okay.
I played Tekken 3. So yeah, I've been doing that mostly. I actually might stream the Space Jam one right after this, actually, since you guys mentioned it earlier. But yeah, so what games have you guys been playing?
I just started getting further into Like a Dragon in the Yakuza series. I just picked up Scott Pilgrim Remastered on the Switch, and Maneater just came out for free, so I've been playing that. Also, actually, I advanced further into Greedfall, so I'm starting to see what the story is about there.
How do you like it?
And I'm actually enjoying that. It's different. It's slow, but it's definitely a game. Like it's hard to explain because it's like it's good from what I've been playing. Like the story is intriguing, but it's like an old school style, like an old school style like Game of Thrones type story where it's like very intrigue and high society.
Oh,
and
like taking care of the governor and stabbing him in the back.
Yeah, like shit like that. Like okay, so like one of the first things you have to do is you have to free your cousin who's excited to go to the new island because he's going to be a governor there. So he's like super excited because he gets to run his own town. So like the story exists. It's a thing. It's just very lofty, very wordy, very, very exquisite, very, very. Yeah, but the combat is different. I like it. Like I don't hate it. It's just it's clunky. Like it's like I know that if it was a little bit more polished, it might be really good. But like with the initial, I know Boots was telling me she started with like a trickster and got massacred in the first bit of combat.
I did.
Then she quit. And the homie Breadman told me he was a warrior, and he ended up not liking it. But I picked the wizard, like the magician class. I don't really like the way the combat is because it's very, very clunky. But I see what they're trying to do. But it's not terrible. Like I get it's new, it's different mechanics, but I like it.
It's like you see it, you see the potential. It ain't there. Yeah, but you see what they're trying to go for and trying to focus on it. What's up?
Yeah, they're being different, and I appreciate it. But yeah, it's just Greedfall, Scott Pilgrim. Maneater, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and occasionally some Mortal Kombat. But this is the good part of the season when like there's nothing coming out really, so you can kind of get time to play all the shit that you're trying to squeeze through.
Yeah,
No wonder
like I think right now, I've been playing a lot of the Monster Hunter Rise demo because I'm super excited about it. And that's why I kind of jumped back on Monster Hunter World just so I could get my muscle memory back with some of the weapons. But it feels like slow compared to Rise, because Rise, there's like they added this little wire bug, which is basically, I mean, think of like a bungee cord where you could just attach it to anywhere and you just go whatever. So it's like even the slowest weapons have like an evade or like, something as simple. It's funny because you was complaining about it yesterday when we were playing, how, when you get knocked down, it takes forever for you to get up. And it's like quite literally, like as soon as you get hit and you start flying back, you can kind of literally like, so long as you haven't used all your wire bugs, but you kind of literally can pull off a Spider-Man and just like swing to the right or to the left, so that so you can just like, it's like as soon as you're knocked back, it's like think of like, when you're playing a Spider-Man game and you get knocked back, but then you press the button to swing and he just like swings himself to like one end. It's the same thing where it's like, like if you get knocked back, you can swing to the left or to the right, so that way you can just like land on your feet and you can just like pop a medicine or something like that to increase your health, or just to be out the way. Like, especially for like Rathian, when he does all that running and he bumps you once, you just kind of get juggled back and forth from World, where like now you can just like swing yourself over and be like, all right, fuck that shit. Or like if you're so far away with like a greatsword or something, there you can literally swing yourself and vault yourself forward and then like hop on the monster and swing at him. So it's like, playing World, it just feels slow because like the first fight I did, I pressed like L2 and X thinking it was the L2 and B, I think, on the Switch, and it's like, oh wait, we don't have that here. So I just been doing that. Like I said earlier, I've been playing through Yakuza 4. I beat Yakuza 3 over the weekend last week. Like this week, and I stayed up late. Like I'm talking about to like 5 a.m. playing it because I'm like, I have to beat this because Yakuza gets to the point where like it starts off silly, it starts off slow, and then it's always within like the last 2 chapters where something happens to someone, and you're just like, wow, everyone has to die right the fuck now. No cap. Like it's just no. It's like, and then because I'm playing the remaster, you can tell that this is it was like the PS3 era, so it's like you can tell they added more effects. So like my man literally has like tears and it's running down his face, and it's getting to like the hand of the person that you're holding because they're dying and whatever, and it's just like all this shit, all this emotional shit. And I'm just like so sucked into it because they built up this character for the whole fucking game. And you're just like, I hope nothing happens to him, and something happens to him. And you're just like, wow, everyone dies today. Like, I'm not going to sleep until I throw you off a building, throw you into a flying helicopter wings, just something. But you're going to get hurt today.
Oh
and
I felt that way in Watch Dogs 2 when
wait,
did you play Watch Dogs 2? Okay, well, basically, if somebody in the game that you're close to dies, and I was like, oh, nah, all you gotta do. I was like, nah, I'm finding all these gang members, and I'm blowing them the fuck up. I was like, no, I'm not going to sleep.
That's how I felt with 3.
All you gotta die.
It was a real, because the thing is, it's a real slow game. It starts off really slow, but it's like the shortest game in the series. And like, I should have gone to sleep, but then I immediately went into like Yakuza 4, and I can already tell like the improvements that they did over 3, and I'm just like, all right, this is what's up. So I'm excited to go through it. And then occasionally Mortal Kombat with Frank and company, just because I'm trying to learn these characters. So yeah, I'm trying to learn a different character so I can put a special beat down on Frank for accusing me of being the murderer in freaking. And
can't do it.
Accusing me from the very beginning of the round, and then losing after throwing me off. So I feel like he deserves a special beatdown for that. But I got to practice with this person that I actually want
to use. That's hilarious. All right. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. If you guys don't have any other news or anything, I'm done. I've said all the stuff I could find this week. You guys got anything else?
Happy birthday, Muhammad Ali.
Right.
Yes. To the GOAT.
Nah, I don't think I got anything on my end.
All right, well, that's it. I appreciate you guys for helping me with this week's episode. If anybody that's listening has any questions or any comments or anything else that they'd like me to mention, you can email me at lilacboots@gmail.com. You also have voice messaging. If you go on the Anchor website, you can leave us a voice message with any questions, anything you'd like me to talk about, whether it's esports, RPGs, whatever. Just let me know. And that's a wrap. All right. Well, I'll see you guys maybe next week, 2 weeks. Who knows? We're in a panini, so.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So I'll see all of you guys later. Thanks so much for listening.